Let's give a round of applause to our graduates. Sitting before you are children who have worked really, really hard. Generally speaking, it's easier to be in an environment that you are controlled, there's controlling, there's a predicted schedule, but living in community that is collaborative and evolving with long stretches of unstructured time is very, very challenging. In a more controlled setting with predetermined regimens and schedule to follow, although easier, every area of development typically stays superficial because there's a cap put on the limit as to what they can do. And this includes intellectual, physical, emotional, social, spiritual, and psychological. When not in an environment that is regimented, highly structured, and controlled, it means you have to develop empathy. It means you have to be adaptive. And at a deeper level, it means you've got to know who you are. And what happens is every area of development grows deep roots: intellectual, physical, emotional, social, spiritual, and psychological. The reason why it's so challenging is there is much more tending to the seedling compared to weeds automatically sprouting. There's watering, watching, clearing of bugs, tending to its soil. And the reason why it's challenging for adults to accept this kind of environment for their child's education is because we don't see the fruits of labor until much later. You don't watch strong, healthy roots grow. You only get to see the sprout. And it takes great patience waiting for the sprout to appear in all areas of development, trusting that the allowance of roots growing deep and strong is the right thing to do. It takes great patience to wait for those sprouts of academics to appear we so desire earlier and earlier in today's society. And so reading books like Free to Learn transforms patience into understanding, then acceptance. Sitting before you are gardeners of one's own garden, and they have worked extremely hard, unbeknownst to them, at growing strong roots and flourishing. And then I said again, I present to you Full Circle Schooling's first graduates. Hey, and one quick last thing, I have 2 extra wraps here. This one is Honest, and it goes to my son, Jalen. Can you come get it? I'm not going to toss it. And this one is Love, and it goes to my son, Jacob. All right, class dismissed.